All right, man, we back at it. You feel me? We is back at it indeed. Yeah, I had to go back to the phone days with this one, man. Computer want to be a bitch, but yeah, we here, man. Sweet 16, Texas. They sold in the worst way possible. Sean Miller, I'ma need you to piss in a cup, sir. Sean Miller, I repeat that, you're gonna have to piss in a cup. Cause goddamn it, you're gambling. You're motherfucking gambling. Ain't no reason for you to have a big man in the game, or not my bad, ain't no reason for you to not have a big man in the game when it's the final possession. You need him on defense and you need him for rim protection. But you got beat by a tip in. You got beat by a tip in late in the game because you didn't want to put a big man in there. It was too much for you. It, shame on you. Shame on you. We've seen a lot of selling so far in the tournament. This is just number one of Sweet 16 weekend. Number one. Iowa, they ended up beating Nebraska for a vast majority of the game for like 27 minutes and some change. Nebraska led, Iowa didn't even sniff the lead. And now, fast forward, you fuck around and lost. Fred Hoiberg had his twin sons on the team, one on the coaching staff, the other playing. Obviously, everybody likes a nice little family story going on, and you couldn't get the job done. You end up having to lose to Iowa, a semi football team, should I say, a semi football team. Shame on you. Shame on you. Also, if I ain't say it, hit that like button, man. Smash that like button, RKO that like button, do all that stuff to it. But so far, this whole tournament, man, it has been the most drama filled tournament that I've seen in a very long time. Like, I haven't seen an NCAA tournament like this in a while, where every single round had a game or two or three or four or five that kept you on the edge of your seat. This year, they went to the max with it, man. They went to the max with this shit. Whether it be Vanderbilt with the half court shot where it got pushed out in the Nebraska game last weekend, the late tip in by Purdue over Texas. You got Iowa and Nebraska went down to the wire. I wouldn't be surprised if this Houston and Illinois game didn't go down to the wire, especially it being the late game tonight. Would not be surprised. Not in the slightest bit. Hell, actually, I take that back. Arizona, Arkansas, that's the one. That's the one that's going to do it. My guy, what's good? Big Pontiac in the building. He say 10 for 16. 10 to 16 so far, 2 for 2. Now, as far as the Sweet 16 goes, man. Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. And they had an interesting stat where they were saying that Houston has the most wins out of any team remaining in the tournament. Or actually, no, I think it's since like 2019 or something. 20 compared to Duke's 17. Gonzaga was at 16, if I recall correctly. It is interesting. Houston is one of those teams where they get oh so close, oh so fucking close, but they can never really get over the hump. Last year was their best chance really playing Florida in the national championship game. Obviously, we know how that went. They had to sell late, losing to the Gators, and this year the Gators fuck around and lost to Iowa. So crazy how that works. I believe 7 of the 16 teams that made the Sweet 16 made the Sweet 16 last year as well. So it's been some consistency going on in college basketball as far as the teams that you see in the Sweet 16. I'm sure it's going to be the same for the Elite Eight, where say 4 of them are going to be teams that were in the Elite Eight last year. Would not be the slightest bit surprised, or at least at minimum 3. At minimum 3. But second round, obviously, a lot of action was going on in those games. A lot of magnetic action. This game ain't gonna be much different. What's good, Bronze? What's up with you, man? Salute to Bronze in the building. Ah, there we go. I was thinking, I don't know why I was touching them. They were not showing up. But shout out to Bronze in the building. But yeah, this game, I bet we're gonna see some shit like that too. This Illinois Houston game is gonna be some crazy magnetic shit at the end of the game to make it as dramatic as possible because they've had nothing but drama-filled tournament. NBA, you need to be taking notes. I'm going to say that again. Adam Silver, take notes. Make this shit as drama-filled as possible whenever it comes time for y'all's playoffs. Don't do no bullshit like last year. Stop having your star players getting hurt in the fucking second round and you got to watch a backup that we don't really care to see. Stop doing that shit. I understand the gambling aspect of it. Stop doing that shit. Keep doing that shit. Your ratings going to keep tanking. So, again, stop doing that shit. Keep your star players in the game. I don't care what you do after that, but keep them in the fucking game. We ain't got time for this fake injury bullshit. Everybody, the jig is up. Everybody on y'all about that fake injury shit. Especially people who've been gambling this shit all season. And last season, year before that, we on the little fake injury bullshit. Stop doing that shit. Find a new way to hustle motherfuckers. Just have them not score a bunch of points. Have them do what Kevin Durant did last night with the Houston Rockets, how they blew that lead in overtime to the T-Wolves. KD over here missing free throws and shit. Do that. But stop having this fake injury bullshit because we tired of it. I'm serious as fuck. College basketball, y'all ain't got this problem. Y'all don't have this same fake injury problem in the tournament because y'all know better. Y'all know a lot better. But y'all need to work on a national championship game. Final Four is usually good, but it usually be lacking in the national championship game aspect of things. That's where it became kind of a snooze fest the last few years for real. Because I can't remember last time I seen a national championship game in college basketball where I was actually, like excited and looking forward to seeing it. And by the time I actually watched the game start to finish, was like, yo, you know what? That was a decent national championship game, regardless who won. Take that back. Kansas, North Carolina was probably the last one. Only because it took a comeback in the second half just for it to really be a game like that. Because in the first half, North Carolina was spanking that ass. Second half, obviously, they let Kansas back in the game. And the rest was history. Bill Self, I think he lost his dad, if I recall, that time, too. He lost his dad that season. And that was like the big sacrifice. And his payoff was obviously the national championship. This year is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see, is it going to be a team that we've seen before finally get over the hump, or is it going to be another team that is, I don't know, maybe new or hasn't had a lot of success like that in a few years, like a Duke, something like that. I prefer a new team, quite frankly. Preferably one in orange, but that's just me being super biased. Curious, who y'all got in the next games too? Not just these going on right now, but the Friday night games. That's what I'm really curious about. Like Iowa State, Tennessee. That's more of a toss-up. I want to lean Tennessee on this one. Elite Eight has always been their ceiling when it comes to the tournament. I know they wanted to show like a feel-good stat that Gillespie scored 50 points, I think 15 rebounds, and something else in the first two games. The last few players that did that at least made it to the Final Four. Do I think Tennessee is going to make it to the Final Four? No, I don't. Elite Eight, high possibility. High possibility. I think they're going to do it against Iowa State, get the dub. But come Sunday, they're going to do what they always do. And I've noticed every time they lose in the Elite Eight, to be on a Sunday. Purdue, that shit was on a Sunday. Goddamn Houston, Sunday. Michigan State with Bruce Pearl, Sunday. Something about that Elite Eight Sunday, it ain't in Tennessee's favor. Not one bit. Not one bit whatsoever. For whatever reason it is, Alabama keeps having a lot of success in college basketball as of late. Obviously, they got Nate Oates. They got another off the court scandal. Player in trouble, got caught with some drugs. You know what I'm saying? Holloway got caught with some drugs. It's funny, every time something like this happens for Alabama, they still do good in basketball. They're one of the only teams I've seen where this shit can consistently happen. There's always something going on off the court. And they still ended up having success in basketball, albeit it's not necessarily a national championship. but they at least make it to the Final Four. They're in the conversation. They've been in the conversation for a few years, and quite frankly, they've got really close, really close. Like if you never watched football, you would have thought Alabama might have been a basketball school, and it pains me to say that. It really does. This game getting off to a little slow start though. Illinois up 9, or they were 9-8, but now Houston took the lead 10-9 with 10 minutes left in the game. Man, I'm gonna need a lot of points. Arkansas, Kentucky is 25-15 with exactly a 1 minute more left in the game. I'm gonna need y'all to get them points up. Y'all got all these European players, Illinois, all of these Croatians and all this shit. I'm gonna need y'all to get the points up. I'm really gonna need y'all to get them points up. Because me personally, I'm not crazy over low scoring college basketball games like that. I understand there's like a defensive aspect to some games that are a little bit more physical. They let them play more physical. I prefer, if you're gonna do that shit, get the points up. I want to see a lot of scoring, not necessarily 100-point games and shit like that, because it's just weird to me to see in college. But at the least, get that shit to like 75. I ain't even gonna say 80, but like 75 points. Just at the least, get it to 75 points. That was such a weird possession. Houston scored. That was such a weird possession. Super odd possession. I don't know what the fuck they were doing right there. I don't even know how Houston managed to score in that possession. It looked like they stopped mid play for a second before a dude spun and he hit that shot in the paint. Mm. Brick off the open three by Illinois. How about the Big Ten got a decent showing in this tournament? You can have Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois. Obviously, SEC had their teams. Arkansas, Tennessee. Or I forgot Purdue for the Big Ten. But SEC, you got Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas in the mix. Texas was in the mix before Purdue beat them. Thanks to Sean Miller, who needs to be drug tested. Again, man needs to be drug tested. Hmm. Bad possession by Illinois. And seeing these first few possessions, it makes me wonder what is the over under for this shit. Because I'm seeing a lot of sloppy turnovers right now, a lot of bricks on easy shots they should be making. I need to see what the over under is for this shit. I mean, Houston got 3 steals already in this game. Three times for lead changes. Biggest lead, Illinois with 4. Then Arizona, they up 28-17 over Arkansas. I'm sure that's bound to change by the time that they end up playing in the second half. Mm-mm. Bro, what are you talking about? Gerald Smooth, what are you talking about? I have no clue what you're talking about. And honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. B, that sounds like a personal problem. I really don't know what to tell you on that one, brother. I don't know what to tell you, man. But yeah, this game right here, back and forth, low scoring, more defensive based game. Arizona, Arkansas. A little bit more on the offensive end for now, unless they end up getting more like on the defensive end, second half of the game. But time will tell on that one. Makes me wonder, are we going to get an overtime game? You know, the NBA, they've been having their overtime games as of late, whether it be Detroit, Atlanta last night, and Houston and Minnesota. What are they going to do for college? Because I feel like we haven't really gotten a whole bunch of overtime games for this tournament. And there's only essentially, what, 3 more rounds left? Elite, well, 3.5. Remaining Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, National Championship. Are we going to get an overtime game out of that mix somewhere? Got to raise the dramatics for a bit, you know? Got to increase the what's the word, the urgency to really make it feel like this is a really big deal, and they've been really going out of their way to do that this year. Really from the first 4. Not even the first round, but the first 4 games, they had it doing this where those games end up going overtime. Are we going to see that at this point? That's what I want to know. And the more I think about it, it's going to be one of those Friday games. I could see them pulling that shit with that Tennessee game because that's the last one on the slate. It's a 10 p.m. tip-off game unless that shit changes due to the earlier games. And you factor in that most people don't work on Saturday. They could pull that overtime shit in that game, or maybe even the one before that. Howard reaches first Elite Eight since '87. Damn. Lowest seeded Big Ten team to reach Elite Eight all time at a 9. Big Ten got 2 going to the Elite Eight right now. Third time. I think it's in tournament history. What up, Noah? Who said who I got in the St. John's and Duke game? St. John's and Duke, man. Give me St. John's on this one. Duke always seems like that team is too good to be true. Like going in the tournament, they're usually always a favorite. A lot of people be high on Duke, especially the years where they were like this year, where they were playing some of the best basketball in the country as far as tournament teams go. And they usually fall short. Even the team with Zion. You remember all the hype that went with Zion Williamson? They even overcame the 7'6", however tall he is, Taco Fall for UCF, thanks to some magnetics and shit. And they still fell short. And that was one of the most hype players they have had in a long time. And Zion Williamson. Then you factor in when they had Cooper Flag. Obviously, they didn't get over the hump and win it all then. So I refuse to fully trust Duke to get over the hump right now. Maybe some years down the line, sure. But right now, nah. And it's something about the St. John story that they like about it. It's the Rick Pitino aspect of it. Rick Pitino got shamed at Louisville after they won the national championship. You know, all the stuff about the strippers and all of that shit. But I don't know. And it's interesting, too. That man ended up at St. John. This ain't the first time since that Louisville shit happened that he ended up back in New York. He was with Iona, and now he's with St. John's. I'm just saying, Patino, white blazers, look like he don't look like he coached college basketball. He look like he do something else. Like the college basketball shit look like a front for another business. I'm just gonna word it like that. And he was another New York team. That is very interesting. I'm just gonna word it that way. Zion Duke team was stacked. Hell yeah, it was. A lot of them Duke teams be stacked when you really think about it. They just don't get over the hump because it'd be so goddamn much money on them. That's why. Because you got to realize going into these tournaments when people fill out brackets more times than not, just off name alone, it don't even matter who's on the team, but off name alone, people are gonna put Duke over a bunch of other teams they play, especially if they a high seed like a 1 through 3, and they playing like a 15 seed, 14 seed. What are they gonna be like? Shit, man, Duke got this. And don't let it be like a second round they playing an 11 seed or something. People gonna take Duke more times than not. I'm sure when they played against Tennessee, most people took Duke over Tennessee, and Tennessee ended up winning when they had what was that Filipowski, the Jewish dude, a Jewish dude for Duke. Oh, actually, he ain't the only one now. I think about it, but the noticeably Jewish last name dude from Duke. Illinois up 18-14 right now over Houston. Both 56 left in the game. But yeah, with those Duke teams, man, one of the biggest things about them is the fact that they transitioned from the typical 3 to 4 year player model that like North Carolina still goes with to the one and done much quicker than North Carolina even try. Actually, North Carolina really don't even try to do that shit. But they adopted what Coach Cal was doing at Kentucky and tried to mimic that. And it didn't really work. It really didn't work out for them like that. Sure, they got the team with Jaleel Okafor and all them. But other than that, it ain't really worked out like that. And then you look at a lot of the teams now in the tournament. I mean, shit. UConn still got Alex Caravan. That man has been there at least 3 years. Because I remember watching one of the games last week. I was like, Caravan. It's like, he's still there? And I've had to ask that about a few players on certain teams, like Houston. Sharp was still on, or is still on Houston's team. Um, Tennessee, this was relatively new, but Tennessee's teams has made the tournament, usually got the same, or had the same players throughout. I think Alabama's another one. They had the same players essentially throughout. Obviously, transfer portal can factor in too. But with these college teams, a lot of them one and done type teams, you really don't see them going all the way and getting over the hump. This is the time where it's usually the season players and shit like that, the ones that have played together for a while or they've been on the team for a while. You see that more. So you got St. John's, also J. Cole, whose album came out recently. Was it The Fall Off? Guaranteed from St. John's. What you mean? Hold on. Yo, what you mean by that? Like the J. Cole part? I'm curious. Are you saying like J. Cole went to St. John's or something? Because if I recall, he went to NYU. Unless there's something I missed there. But about that St. John's though, Mashburn brought up, or no, it was actually Rick Pitino himself, and they asked Mashburn because he played at Kentucky and shit. But basically, Pitino was talking about he wanted to get revenge for the Christian Laettner shot because Rick Pitino was coaching Kentucky at the time. Lo and behold, they played Duke in the Sweet 16. So funny how they can bring that story back around because, like I said before, they like storylines, and that's easily a good storyline that they can run with. So yeah, elaborate on that shit a little bit. Okay. He graduated from St. John's. I swear it was NYU. He said he graduated from St. John's. Your Final Four is Duke, Houston/Arizona versus Michigan. Yeah, that's the team I'm picking. All the way Michigan. As far as winning it all, Michigan, Arizona, they always fall short. Houston, they usually fall short. Really, three of those four typically fall short for real, for real. Especially Duke in recent years and Houston in recent years. Say Duke versus Michigan, Duke winning it all. Don't say that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Pontiac. Do not do that. I can't stand Duke, man. You know that. I hate that fucking team. Don't do that. I really hope not. I really fucking hope not. Man, the funny thing is, it's been, at least in recent years, it's mostly been the Blue Bloods that's been winning the national championship. Whether you got UConn, they went back to back. Obviously, Florida's not a blue blood, still a successful program. Before that, Kansas was in the mix. I've noticed it's been mostly the blue bloods winning shit now. They not really spreading it around. They ain't doing the full fledged Adam Silver route. We're gonna do the small market or the non blue bloods and shit like that. I find that interesting. Bab Five versus Duke replay. I hope the fuck not. I hope the fuck not. I'd be cool with Michigan playing anybody that wasn't Duke. I don't care if it's Purdue, Iowa State. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Iowa, just anybody that's not Duke. I'd be totally fine with that. Kentucky already eliminated, so I ain't got to worry about that. But yeah, I would prefer anybody but Duke. Also, I feel like I haven't seen a lot of like super crazy March Madness commercials. Like I don't know if this year they did the ESPN pick your bracket because they usually do that right before the tournament time or selection Sunday. I don't know if it's because I don't watch cable like that. I didn't see that shit. I didn't see it. Because I know one year they straight up gave the answer away. They straight up said pick UConn, and them niggas fuck around and won. Boozers and all the commercials. Yeah, it's two sons. I think that's about it, commercials wise. I haven't seen really anything else or any super, I guess, hinted college basketball commercials and shit like that. But yeah, boozers they've been in their fair share of commercials for sure. Would not be surprised if one of them goes number one overall in this upcoming draft. Speaking of which, I'm surprised the dude from BYU wasn't in any commercials. Considering all the hype that he had coming into the season, talking about he's supposed to be the number one player, all the stuff, I'm surprised he wasn't in that shit. Oh, wait a minute. I think he was there to deserve to be fired, and he was not living up to UNC standard. I said the nigga needed one. Gotta give him one more year. Give him one more year, but I've heard Nate Oates is in the running for the job. I don't want to get my hopes up if that's the case. He definitely is questionable ethically, questionable as fuck. But he clearly can get results for Alabama. And I mean shit, you can't do that. You really can't do that shit in North Carolina. You can't live under the expectations. And that's the problem with any coach that gets somewhere after a big name head coach. Especially a legendary head coach, like the easiest example. Nick Saban in college football with Alabama. Kalen DeBoer had the biggest shoes in the world to fill. Like that's automatically the standard. Is national championship bust. There is no we'll go to a New Year's Six ball. No, national championship or bust. And obviously he hadn't done that yet. He's lost to Vanderbilt in the time. They was talking about they wanted him fired after the first year. It's just situation. It's a lose lose if you're that person. You can't fulfill that shit. That's always gonna be bad. And part of me wants to blame Roy Williams for that shit too, for that Hubert Davis, because he the one who handpicked Hubert Davis to replace him. Because Roy Williams saw the writing on the wall with all the NIL shit the same way Nick Saban did, and dipped the fuck out before he ended up like a Dabo Sweeney, where he's still coaching and he got to deal with all this shit. And he the one who trying to go against the grain and it ain't gonna work. Shit, Coach K saw the writing on the wall too. I mean, he was already old as fuck anyway, but he saw the writing on the wall. Was like, yeah, nah, I'm out. Fuck this. Calipari, on the other hand, he was like, shit, this kind of goes with what I've been doing. Obviously, it ain't been working because he got his championship 10 years ago, actually over 10 years ago. Went to Arkansas. That Tyson, that Tyson money, that Walmart money, all the shit headquartered around there, and he got Memphis connections, and Arkansas right next door to Memphis. Shit, West Memphis is in Arkansas. He got ties he can use right there. So it made sense. And he can pull players from Kentucky to go with him. Billy Dunn considered for UNC. I wouldn't be mad at that. It feel kind of weird considering, he's a Florida Gator, but obviously he got the college basketball resume. That'd be straight. I just want a coach that can fuck around, win a championship with them niggas, bro. Like for real, for real. Like Hubert Davis was good enough they could get to the tournament shit. That's cool. But I'd like to see them win another national championship. And after he lost the one against Kansas, I was like, yeah, I don't think he gonna get one. Hubert Davis, that is. I ain't think so. Like something just gives me the vibe that UNC would never win a national championship with a black head coach post Roy Williams. I just don't see it. It's kind of like you would never see Alabama winning a national championship in football with a black head coach type shit. I mean, hell, there hasn't been a black head coach win a natty in football, which is still crazy to me. But you get what I'm saying. It just historically they'd be like, nah, not happening. What's good, LeBrie? What up with you? What's the deal with that women's tournament? What's up with that? Because quite frankly, I'd be forgetting the women's tournament even be on. And usually I don't know until the final four. Oh yeah, they got the women's tournament on. I'm curious what they got cooking up. What they got cooking up over there. I'll say this: if Billy Donovan does become the head coach, UNC better go in there run the St. John's going on. That's all I'm gonna say. They better go on a run like that. None of this first round exit shit. None of this. We gonna miss the tournament, but I ain't none of that shit. Illinois up 24-19 over Houston. 38 seconds left in the game. Mm. Arizona up 46-35 with 3 minutes left. You see, the math ain't math in here. This is what I'm talking about. Houston ain't even cracked 20, and they almost at halftime. Arizona and goddamn Arkansas damn near about to put up 80 something points in the first half alone. SEC versus UConn. God damn it. No. No. We don't want that. We don't want UConn nowhere near that shit. They done had their fun. They need to lay back. They need to chill. We don't want that shit. I'm here for the SEC though. Said Dawn gonna sell though. Dawn already got what she got. Dawn got the drip. She already got that. She got the ring. She's straight. That's like Mulkey with LSU. She got the ring. She's straight. She's straight. There's just one team missing though. Mm. I had this conversation with somebody earlier about that. I was basically just saying it'd be funny if Arizona won this whole thing. Bryce got a ring and he didn't really do shit. That would be some shit because I can already see it now. ESPN would put up a headline making it look like Bryce James really did something. Talking about Bryce James is just talking about like compare him to LeBron. Obviously, how LeBron got NBA Finals championships. Bryce got one in college, and then in the same breath, then they gonna make Bronny look like even more of a hoe because he didn't get one in college. Shouldn't have been drafted, and he in the G League and ain't got one in the league. It's gonna look goofy. UConn women again. They reign of terror needs to end though for real. It's going on entirely too long. Gino has been there since I was a kid at UConn. UConn's been good since I was shit. Diana Taurasi was at UConn when I was a kid, and everybody know who that is. So some got to give. Tennessee fell off. UConn, y'all need to fall off too. Y'all need to goddamn join the bandwagon. To be the 13th for Gino, they may have to sell too. Who knows? I would love to see Gino themselves. I really would love to see that. It's hard to go against UConn though. Very hard to go against UConn, but I would love to see them niggas sell. Texas to LSU. Women's, of course, women's. Let me see. Okay, that's me. Let me see something real quick. Damn, that shit crazy. Hold up. Shit muted. I'm gonna switch mics real quick. That shit muted. Okay, cool. That's that. Oh, this is my phone. Hold up. All right, there we go. That shit crazy as fuck. Let me leave this motherfucker. I didn't know you could be on two at once. That is insane. So LSU and UConn at Bridgestone. Hmm. All right, there we go. But yeah, LSU, UConn at Bridgestone. They gonna send everything in Nashville. Everything gonna be in Nashville. I don't know who Texas got in women's basketball. I'm not sure. I just know come Final Four, I'm gonna go out my way to watch it because it usually be on like a Friday. Ain't no competition from the men's for the Final Four. I'm curious. I want to see. And usually women's basketball, at least women's college basketball, it'd be entertaining. I ain't gonna lie, it'd be entertaining. It's just not. I'm gonna watch all the rounds entertaining. It's not that at all. Your computer pick has Illinois. 7 seed win it all for the women. I just miss the good old days, man, when Tennessee was in the mix. But those days are
well behind us. And speaking of which, Pat Summitt's sister died early, passed away earlier this week. I think she might have been in her 60s or something. What's even more fucked up is Tennessee already eliminated from the tournament, women's tournament, that is. So they can't even benefit from the shit for real. 24-22 at half, Illinois. That ain't how nobody wants that shit. I don't care if they say Kelvin Simpson won that one. That ain't how that shit's supposed to go. Mm-mm. Put more points on the board. I'm gonna need y'all to forget how to play defense. Actually, second half, I'm gonna need both teams to forget how to play defense because I really don't care who wins. Like, open up the lane like how they did for Kansas, or should I say for St. John's? How Kansas did for St. John's on that last play. Open up the paint. Everybody just run to the 3-point line. That's what the fuck I want to see. Saying all Michigan championship would be interested in go Michigan though. I noticed this shit. So many teams damn near got home games, like Houston for real, Toyota Center. I know that's not where they play the actual home games. Damn near a home game for them. That alone should like raise some flags for people and shit. When it comes to college basketball, is the way things can land for certain teams and how they can somehow essentially get a home game out of it. Which I understand you got to factor in travel and things like that for the fans who are going to these games and how quickly they are. But I mean, shit, Houston playing in Houston, like for real. I remember back in the day, that shit wasn't even gonna happen. Where there were clearly times where you could look and see that, say, the regional was in Columbus, Ohio. Ohio State would be in the tournament, but they were not playing in the Ohio or Midwest regional in Ohio. That shit was not happening. They be playing on the West Coast or something. The Hannah Hill doggone Michaela Blake's tomorrow. What's good, man? I think the whole reason UNC Tar Heels hired Hubert Davis was for a shame ritual on him. And the shame, I mean, the nigga was in TV before that. In fact, he even in his first year, they was able to get to the national championship. Crazy to me. But I don't think so. I think his shaming was really just going to that natty, being up by 20 and a half and losing. That was really it. And I mean, shit. Black head coach, like I said earlier, black head coach in North Carolina, not really a recipe to win at all. Black player, sure. Black head coach, nah, nah. Last time I checked, Dean Smith wasn't black. Roy Williams wasn't black. This ain't the UConn where you can get Kevin Ali in there and they can win the whole thing with a black. Nah, this ain't that. This ain't that. But my guess, Hubert Davis just goes back to TV. If he goes somewhere as the coach, cool, cool. Wish him the best of luck. But I mean, yeah, you get in there with a situation like that, big shoes to fill, usually does not turn out well for the next guy in line for those type of positions, whether it be football, basketball, college, or pro. Vandy beat Illinois by 18. Woo. Mm. We ain't gonna talk about that men's team though. That men's team, they lost some motherfuckers that husk corn and shit. We ain't gonna talk about that. Cause they about to get ready for baseball season. It's baseball season for Vanderbilt. I just gotta say that since they a baseball school, they gotta get ready for baseball season. That is their time to shine. Baseball season. That sport that nobody watches. So damn, them names look white as fuck. Somebody was saying that Nebraska Iowa was the whitest game of the entire tournament, and I can't disagree. I saw a fan there that had I don't know what the fuck it was he made it out of, but it was a Hawkeye fan that had it looked like a beanie that was like the shape of a football helmet, like the shell, and he had a face mask on it, but like a basketball jersey at the game. I don't know what he did to make it. The face mask looked like it was like, like them plastic face masks on like the little kid helmets and shit. It looked like that, but on like a hat. I was like, hey, I ain't gonna knock it, man. I ain't gonna knock it. To SEC baseball and softball, some good shit though. I give you this. SEC baseball, I like it whenever it gets to like the tournament. I don't care for regular season college baseball at all. Like if I'm watching regular season college or shit softball for that matter, if I'm watching regular season college baseball or softball, it is the slowest of Saturdays ever for that shit to even be on my screen. Because of the hierarchy of sports, that in this situation, I'm assuming that college basketball's already over with. NBA probably over with. NASCAR is gonna be at the top of that list. Maybe a Dodgers game. But college baseball, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one bit. College softball, hell no. Definitely not. But I like how them games do go quick. That's my one pro about college baseball and softball. You ain't gotta they don't drag on like a fucking MLB game does. Her UNC for the first time going outside Tar Heel family and try to hire a big name coach. The NC gonna hire a big. I mean, it's North Carolina. Think about it, Jumpman logo. I mean, of course, blue blood program. They not finna get they shit out the little clearance bin. It's North Carolina, man. We talking about this ain't UNC Asheville. This ain't NC State. This ain't Wake Forest. This ain't High Point. No, this is UNC. And I was thinking about a lot of the bigger name players. They obviously used to play for UNC and shit. And I'm like, first one that came to mind, Tyler Hansbrough, but that man doing TV. That man doing broadcasting. So clearly ain't him. What's good, Black Mirrors TV in the building? Shout out to him. Yep. Oh yeah, subscribe to his channel too. Channels. That man does fishing, Illuminati breakdowns, gematria, you name it. That man got like 4 different channels. So yeah, subscribe to his channel. It is main one, of course, his main channel. Black Mirrors TV. Be going live, job breakdowns, all that good stuff. Women's softball is more exciting than college basketball. I don't know about that. I don't know. I wouldn't use the word more exciting. Like the last time I got into college softball, specifically, like where I went out of my way to watch this shit, and it wasn't for work, it wasn't for anything, school or anything. I was in middle school when they had the Lady Vols had Monica Abbott. That's the last time I watched it. They lost to I don't remember if it was Arizona or Oklahoma. It was one of them they lost to in the college softball World Series. I think Tennessee won the first game, lost the next two. And I think Monica Abbott played all 3 games. That was the last time I watched that shit like that. I was like, yeah, I can't be doing that shit no more. And that was actually in that run within that window of Lady Vols basketball when they was winning them natties and shit too. It was all in that little clump. Obviously, football was falling off at that point. Men's basketball was on the higher end. I think Bruce Pearl was still there. Yeah, football was the only thing suffering at that point. To Arizona going to the final quattro. Wait, what? So they have a little Savannah Bananas type shit. Wait, is there another version of this? So there, are you saying that there's like you saying like there's like a kid version of this shit or like a softball version of that Savannah Bananas thing? Cause that Savannah Bananas thing, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be scrolling through the reels and shit. I see those. I'll be like, okay, you have my attention. I don't know if they came here already, but I saw they're supposed to either this spring or during the summer. So you go on the soccer games. That's one of them fun to play. I can't watch sports, or at least not on TV. I've been to one non-college soccer game, or not non like grade school or college soccer game. It was cool, you know. It was decent, but if you ask me to do it again, probably not. Probably not. That's one of those I get that itch where I want to play it. I just don't. I can't just sit here and watch it. It's like, fuck that. I got to get on the pitch and kick the ball, run around and shit. Till they come on Memorial Day week. Ooh, yeah, I know that shit gonna be lit. So that's what college softball be like. I would not put that in the same category as the bananas, though. I would not put that in that same category. The only pro I would say about college softball, them games get over quick. You're not gonna be glued to the TV for a long time. It's not gonna drag on. It's not like hockey, which don't get me wrong, I enjoy hockey. I just don't like the long period breaks in between. That shit really does like get on my nerves. Cause they treat each one like an extended halftime. I understand it's like a quarter break, what do you want to call it? But I don't like it. I do not like it. And they need that clock running too for stoppages with outside of the 2 minute with the outside of the 2 minutes of the last or the last 2 minutes of the period. They need that clock running. They don't need to be stopping the clock all the goddamn time in hockey. Keep that shit running. They gotta speed that shit up a little bit. That even women's soccer is better than men's soccer. I still can't agree with that. I really can't agree with that shit. Yeah, no. I would say this: out of any sport that has a man and woman version of it, that is probably the closest one to where watching either or is not really a huge visual difference. But I ain't gonna sit up here and act like watching women's soccer is exciting. Minus the weird racism. Wait, hold on. No, I got a lot of questions now. I've never been to a hockey game. Most I've seen is on TV. What is this weird racism? I'm really curious now. Is it from the fans? Like, because it's predominantly white. Clearly, it's hockey. Like, where is this weird racism coming from? Is it implied through the announcing at the game? Like, I want to know now. Because I've never heard anyone refer to hockey as weird racism. I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm just curious. To the Wild, Minnesota Wild, that is. Games are crazy live. I bet that's one game I could watch. Like if I went to a game hockey, I can get into that shit live. You got to promise me a fight's about to break out though. Damn, Samson was getting hyped for a second, man. That nigga face was about to turn red. But no, I got to see at least a fight in a hockey game, at the least. But yeah, I don't know what. Are we talking like NASCAR weird racism or because at NASCAR races you gonna get looks. If you were black, you gonna get some looks. Sometimes they might be surprise looks, not necessarily why are you here, but I didn't expect you to be here. A lot of other times it's like, why are you here? Especially the timing of certain things. Um, 'Cause I think the first time I went, Trump had been elected. I think he was already a year in. They were selling the MAGA shit like crazy, and I saw on the way back one of the campers. They had a flag up that had a Confederate flag, which super common in the South, should be a lot less common than it is, with a swastika over the Confederate like blue stripes and stars, and I was like, shit. I've never seen to this day. I've never seen anything like that. That's the only time I've ever seen anything like that. I was like, they really hate. They don't just hate black people. They hate everybody. I was like, shit. They bout it, bout it. I don't want to get nowhere close to them. And the other time was after they finally banned the Confederate flag during the pandemic, and Bubba Wallace was in the news for the whole noose thing that was really a pull rope, and he got booed like a motherfucker when they announced his name during driver introductions. And I'm just thinking to myself, why this nigga got to do all this shit right before I go to the race? Like he could have waited till after I went to that race for him to do all this bullshit about BLM and all this stuff. Because the block was hot. It was very hot, especially there. There were black people there. There's a lot more black people at them races than you think. People think there's only like one or two. No, they're there. They might be up there somewhere or scattered about, but they're there. I ran out of fingers counting them, so they're there. So your high school team had a hockey team. Yeah, that's some northern shit for sure. I didn't see anybody playing hockey until I got to college. It was like roller hockey though. I was like, y'all got roller hockey? What the fuck is that? Like the Rocky Power shit? We didn't have none of that in Chattanooga. That was unheard of. So they'll like mansplain the game or act like you don't know shit. They'll give free tickets away all the time. Some people act like you're not supposed to be there. Ooh. It's kind of like that NASCAR shit. Except ain't nobody finna mansplain shit to you with racing. It's too loud to even try that. Most hockey players in America, yeah, facts. Shit, they not black either. So I missed that part. Free tickets? Huh. Nah. Nah, bro. This like back of the bus type shit. Bro said they sit at the top. Hell no. That's like a unique experience in and of itself. Go to a hockey game with just a group of black people, see how this shit go. Cause then it makes me wonder, like, are they there because the tickets was free and they just want to go check the vibe out and they heard about it but never been? Or is it a situation where they know about the shit too and they actually can like talk about hockey and they know they shit too? I'm curious. This is a very interesting concept. The same way people be amazed that I watch NASCAR down here in the South, they be like you. The moment I tell them I'm watching NASCAR, you could just the face says it all. Like confusion, shock, disbelief. They think I'm trolling them, but then they clearly know that I know what the fuck I'm talking about, and they're like, oh, he really knows this shit. But I'm curious, is it a situation like that where you wouldn't expect them to know shit about hockey, but they know a bunch? Hold on. Not that one, but the other one. So your town had a semi-pro team, so you've been watching hockey since the 70s. Damn. Yeah, we got I think they semi-pro, minor league semi-pro. I don't know what the fuck the Ice Bears are. I just know on Wednesdays they guarantee a fight and half off on beer. That's all I know. And I want to go there on a Wednesday to see some motherfuckers fight. And they just dropped, I saw it on the IG, since Kane is one of the mayors of Knoxville, they got a Kane themed hockey jersey, whatever you call that shit, sweater, and it has like his red lining with the stitches, like on his pants with the black. I think say like Kane on there or whatever. It has a mask. Shit hard in the motherfucker. Not even their colors, but shit hard. You say ain't no way TSU has a hockey. No, that ain't right. TSU, the HBCU school in Nashville, Tennessee State, has a hockey team. Nah, I gotta look this up. TSU hockey team. Hold up. I want to know if they just got all the minority white people. I need to see what this team's looking like. Dante Abercrombie, the first HBCU men's hockey head coach. What the fuck? Nah, bro, this shit seem crazy as fuck. They got a black hockey head coach. What in the fuck? Ain't no. I know this is new. Apparently, they pushed it back to 2026. Well, this year. What? Nah, this shit crazy. That's them jerseys kind of hard too. I ain't gonna lie, but that's crazy. That is crazy. That's some crazy shit. You went to A&T in the '80s. That's when you started watching that. Yeah, you in their backyard too, North Carolina. I can't get over that though. A hot, a black hockey team. Mm, mm. That's crazy as fuck. I hope they do good. I'm rooting for them, man. Shout out to Tennessee State Tigers, man. Hope that hockey team make it to the Frozen Four. It's gonna be like Texas Western and in that one movie where I had to play against Adolph Rupp's Kentucky team. Arizona got damn near double what Houston or Illinois has at halftime with 54 points. Yeah, man, you gotta hit that notification button. That's all I gotta say. Smash that notification button, man. Hit the Styles Clash if you have to. You can hit the 619 if you will. Illinois up 29-26, 17:02 left in the game. Still a defensive matchup. They missed an easy mid-range shot. That one looked like he got pushed out for real. Niggas tripping over each other and shit. God, this game is sloppy. Jeez. It's close, but fuck, it's sloppy as hell. Mm-mm. Arkansas down by 9, 54-43 halftime. I wouldn't be surprised if that game shit probably ends before this one, like how the last slate went. I feel about baseball being back today. That's cool. There's another sport to watch, but at the same time, bad time to come back. You, it's kind of like NASCAR, really, women's basketball or WNBA specifically has an issue too, where their playoffs and shit heat up at the worst time because it's around when football has ramped up and that's America's pastime. It's you basically running up a hill expecting to win a race. You just not gonna win. This one they came in around the time of the tournament or in the middle of the NCAA tournament, and then after that is gonna be the NBA playoffs, and that shit goes on for like what a month and a half, 2 months. So yeah, it's a weird time, but I mean they got 162 games, so it is what it is. They got the summer. Their only competition is racing. Yeah, I heard about it. Vegas Venom. I slick thought that was Brittany Griner in that UConn uniform for some reason. Oh yeah, Vegas got a team. If I see the shit that I saw with the Pacers game, um, well, backdoor covers, the fact that it's Vegas, boy, like I always say, drug tested niggas, they gambling. They'd be investigated, drug tested, no, investigated, arrested, and drug tested. Them niggas gambling. Also, on the Sonics coming back, a potential Vegas NBA team. I'm glad that Seattle's coming back. They should have been back. The shit they should have never left to go to OKC. They should have changed another team to the Thunder for real. But it is what it is. I'm happy they back. I always thought it was weird that there was only one Northwestern basketball team with Portland and not one in the coastal corner over here. Like you got a MLS team up there. You got a NFL team up there. You got college football teams up there, even though they're not really that relevant anymore since Penix left Washington. And now you got an NBA team up there now. They had a WNBA team up there. That was the only thing missing was an NBA team. They got it. Vegas, we knew that was bound to happen. They already got football. They got women's basketball. Now they got the NBA. They getting baseball too with the A's once they leave Sacktown. So they gonna have the whole, and they got hockey. They got the whole shebang. Vegas is completed. They got the whole. They literally got every sport. They're gonna have every sport. They got NASCAR track, Formula One races there. I don't think IndyCar races there, but I'm sure they'd find a way to put that on the schedule. They always update races and shit every year. You put that in there. Football, WNBA, gonna be NBA, MLB. I feel like I'm forgetting one, but yeah, they got every sport. And then you factor in boxing is usually there. UFC is usually there. It's the West Coast hub for everything that goes on, kind of like how LA is too. Is another hub where everything goes on. Then you got UNLV. They put more money into the NIL, into the football program and shit like that. They got a lot of shit going on in Vegas, bro. Hockey, that was the other team I mentioned. Hockey, and they are in the Stanley Cup championship already. So yeah, they got it all right there. They didn't host the NBA All Star games in Vegas. They didn't done everything. I would like to see All Star Weekend in Seattle though. I don't think they three-peat. That'd be nice, but I don't think they three-peat. Going to Seattle with your KD jersey. I hope he goes back there because he already got that look like he want to leave Houston. I hope he finishes his career in Seattle. It'd be the best story. It's the only way for people not to look at that nigga like a snake. Actually, nah, they still gonna look at that nigga like a snake. Ultimately he really has to go back to OKC to undo all the wrongs and shit. It's the only right thing to do. You got to go back to OKC. Obviously, it's a little crowded right now there, but that's the only thing he can do. Mm-mm. No, hell no. So basically, what they gonna do is Minnesota and Atlanta, not Atlanta, Minnesota and Memphis will move to the East. So I mean, I always found that weird anyway that Memphis was in the West. I always thought like, why they not in the East? I never thought about Minnesota at the time, but those two make the most sense. They're gonna get shift to the East, Seattle, Vegas. Welcome to the West. So the Rockets lost, and the Rockets have more healthy players. Mm. I mean, they played how they played last night was bad. Never thought Vegas would have a basketball team, much less a football team or a hockey team. Yeah, I wasn't even following like the rig shit whenever the hockey team got there. If at first it felt kind of like, it's a little odd for a hockey team to be. I mean, there's weirder places you could be. Like, I always thought Phoenix was weird for a hockey team because it's in the desert. Dallas with a hockey team is weird to me because Texas. I mean, sure they get ice, but Texas and hockey they don't seem like they go together. I understand it's a big market, just didn't seem like a thing down there. Hell, I didn't think Nashville was a place for hockey until I went to college and met people who actually played and shit, and realized the Preds had like a bigger influence than I thought as far as the locals there with interest in hockey. That's right. Summer League. That's right. They do host Summer League too. And you throw in some drafts in there. The NBA, NFL drafts been there. I'm sure the NBA draft has been there before. So yeah, Vegas they got it popping. That's one of them hubs. It's kind of like a New York. Even though you want to get technical, someone play New Jersey, but New York's one of those hubs. LA. I want to say Houston, but obviously they ain't got a hockey team. Texas. I'm just gonna use Texas as a whole. Got everything too, from racing, football, hockey, basketball. They got it all too, and of course Los Angeles for the Bulls to beat the Rockets. A lot of people have money on the Rockets. I swear, if we get the same teams in the play-in yet again, I'm gonna lose it. I really hope not. Illinois up by 10, 36-26, 15:02 left. That man Davis, he wet that motherfucker. And Ralph Sampson, his face about to turn red again, bro. He gonna be matching that jerk, the little button up. I promise you. Arizona up 67-53, 15:58 left. Make it a 12-point lead. Illinois got to do with a cow lick on them foreigners. With a cow lick, balling on them. So that Purdue Texans game was a pretty good game. Both of them games for the earlier slot, they was good. Went down to the wire. I wouldn't expect much less tomorrow either. Especially Michigan State, UConn, Tennessee, Iowa State being the last game of the night too. That 10-10 slot. Which actually I'm surprised by that. I expect that game to be maybe like a 9 p.m. type of tip off type time. 10. I ain't mad at it though. I ain't mad. St. John's, Duke, 7-10. Wouldn't be surprised if that should go down to the wire. That script rise went crazy on the Purdue Texans game. This whole tournament they've been going crazy. Like I don't know what they've been doing in their free time, but they need to be drug tested too. They really need to be drug tested because they're doing something to keep them awake for a long period of time, and their mind stimulated a lot. I don't know what it is, but Michael Irvin did it too, allegedly. So the Wolves Rockets game was the most rigged cinema you've seen in a while. You know what I hate about games like that is the fact that I wasn't even really closely paying attention to the game last night. The Wolves and Rockets game, like it was on, but it was like background noise and shit. I was doing some other stuff, and it turned out to be the game that was like the one I was thinking is gonna be just gonna be the Hawks Pistons game. Nah, it was this game. Both ESPN games. That's funny, but that's wild. 15-0 run. That's fucking crazy. Kevin Durant missing free throws and shit, despite the fact he's a good free throw shooter. Gobert locking down Kevin Durant. Come on. Gobert couldn't lock down Luca, but somehow he could lock down Kevin Durant. That shit don't make no sense. Damn, he pushed the shit out that nigga. Mm. That was such a blatant push. Like what the hell? Mm-mm-mm. 8 on the shot clock. Let me see what he got. Oh, good finish. Oh, damn, he didn't even score. That was a good move. He couldn't even score at the rim. Go forever be the least favorite Rudy. I know people that still hold against him for touching the microphones back in 2020. I'm trying to think of the different Rudies. You got Rudy Gay, Rudy Gobert, Rudy Fernandez. That's another one. I feel like Gobert, he just in the wrong era. Like if he was an early 2000s and 90s player, that nigga would have been. We'll be talking about him a lot different. We'll be talking about him like he's elite. Like that's an elite center right there. We can't say that now. We've seen him get put on skates too many times. I hear guarding on the perimeter. He ain't got no business doing that shit. You saying is Rudy my first name? No. Rudy, one of the best football movies ever. Mm. Depends on what you're looking for. If you want something serious, or comedic. Because if we're going strictly off comedic, Longest Yard, the not the original, but the Adam Sandler version. All time, any given Sunday. That's the one. That's the one, man. Shit, I like that movie. That's the and they got so many heavy hitters in that motherfucker too. Mm. Okay, what the fuck was that? How you go from a dribble spin to passing to the other team? All right. Mm. Yeah, they getting belt to ass right. It's 44-26. It's getting belt to ass. It's getting ugly. Getting real fucking ugly right now. It has been all Big Ten all Thursday night. Purdue, Nebraska, and Iowa. Iowa obviously won. Illinois putting belt to ass to use, and they might go 3 for 3, or I guess 3 for 4. I'll say one movie I do like that's football related. I do not. I don't know what the name of this shit is. It's about the dude that was a walk on. I think he got an award named after him. The dude that was a walk on for Arkansas. I cannot think of the name of this movie, but he was, he came on the team, walk on, underestimated, thought he wasn't shit. Obviously, ended up winning over his teammates and shit in practice. I remember he laid a hit on somebody. I could not remember the name of this movie. Mm-mm-mm. It might have been a Disney movie too, or something. Yeah, that's crazy. You said that shit too. Yeah, I don't know what that movie's called. I think it's like a one word movie, like one of the motivational sounding ass names. Now I want to know actually what's the name of this shit. Arkansas football player movie. We got a film from 2020. Greater 2016. Okay. Prime Video. Biographical sports drama about Brandon Burlsworth. That's it. Walk on college football player for the Arkansas Razorbacks who overcame being overweight and underestimated to become an All American, only to be unalived in a car crash shortly after being drafted into the NFL. Damn. Hmm. Shortly after getting drafted. Sounds like an NBA player that was drafted by the Celtics, except his wasn't no car crash. He crashed from the other shit though, so they say. Film directed by David Hunt follows his journey of determination, faith, and hard work, highlighting his impact on teammates and coaches before his tragic death, which frames the narrative. 2016, huh? That's kind of fucked up. It really sucks that you like when you know the ending, because if it's based on like a true story, when you know the ending before it happens, because it's like, all right, so when this nigga gonna die? Like this is it kind of fucks up the ending because you kind of already know what's gonna happen. Yeah, no, it gonna win. Mm. Yeah, they up 74-57. I mean, there's still plenty of time. I remember when UNC was up and they won the game, thinking shit was sweet, and then VCU fucked around and won. So I ain't gonna rule it out yet for that game. This one, Samson has had the same facial expression the entire game. This man looks so stressed out right now. He don't need to get drug tested. That nigga need his blood pressure checked. That's what he need. The Express. Ain't that the one with the something about like Syracuse or I think it's something about Syracuse. Let me see. I think so. Ernie Davis. Yeah, it is. I've seen bits and pieces, but not the whole movie. Yeah, 2008 biographical sports drama about Ernie Davis, first black to win the Heisman Trophy, starring Rob Brown as Davis and Dennis Quaid as Ben Schwartzwalder. Ooh, that's a name. Film chronicles Davis' rise from poverty, his triumphs on the football field, struggles with racism, obviously, culminating in his historic Heisman win in 61. That should say everything right there, 1961, before his career was cut short by leukemia. They really do be making some sad ass football movies. Like, if you want something that's not, it got to be a comedy. Like, it can't be nothing else. If Arizona blows the game, it'll be the most funniest thing you've ever seen happen today. It ain't out the realm of possibility. But like real shit, that is crazy. The more you think about it, I ain't gonna say every, but a lot of football movies do be sad as hell. That'd be sad than a motherfucker, man. You got radio, all this shit. Like I gotta watch long. Actually, longest yard got some sad moments too. Chris Rock character dies. Caretaker dies. I mean, gets unalive. My fault. Mm-mm-mm. Michigan State, UConn should be a good game. Thing UConn wins. I hope UConn gets the shit beat out of them. Mm. I'll say this though, Michigan State. What the fuck kind of shot was that? Mm. That was a questionable shot before the rebound. But Michigan State, they tend to make it to the Final Four, even when they don't win. They just kind of just pencil their ass in there many, 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 too damn many times. Like it feels like anytime they need a fill in for the Final Four, it's like we need a fourth team, even though they're not gonna win. Who we gonna put in there? They usually pencil in Michigan State. It's relatable to you, but yeah, you binge watched all of them. With your brother and was depressed because what the hell? They let these folks live. They all sad. Oh shit! Hold up. Brought me shit with that damn charger. Wasn't even paying attention to that shit. I knew something went right. Ah, there we go. Blind, even though it's not really 100% true, turns out. Blindside, that shit's sad too. White kid dies and shit. That movie sad as fuck. Which I mean, you see Sandra Bullock and then you should have knew it was gonna be sad or a drama at that, because that's what she specializes in. Yeah, that shit is weird. Our basketball having a run, and it's not a Caitlin Clark led team. That shit is crazy as fuck to me. But I guess this is their definition of a Cinderella, since all the possible Cinderella teams got sent the fuck home. Hmm. But I feel better if a certain team in orange made it, but I don't think they're gonna do it. That nigga just throwing up anything. Like if I was a coach and I just saw the shot that Sharp just chucked up, that nigga would be sitting immediately. That was a horrible ass fucking three. Like that is a pickup heat check type of three. It was rushed too. That's the worst part about it. It was rushed, and like you knew that shit was gonna be a brick the way that bitch shot. Philly, Michigan, Alabama goes in OT. You might be right. That might be the game. It don't look like it's gonna be this one. This Houston, Illinois game, and Arkansas got to get their head out their ass in the next 11:33. Actually, if them two play, that would be crazy. I can already see what they would run as a little factoid storyline, whatever the case may be. They gonna run back the fact that they done played Michigan and Alabama. That is played in the Rose Bowl in the college football playoffs. They gonna run back the fact they played in the Citrus Bowl or cheat whatever the fuck that bowl game is now. Citrus Bowl, ReliaQuest Bowl, I think is what it's called. They gonna run that shit back. Shit, they might even go back to the Sugar Bowl. think their road ends in the final four and the elite eight. Obviously, you got to figure out the Duke St. John's winner, Michigan State, UConn. Either way, that should be a good game. I was awaiting the winner of this game, probably Illinois. If Illinois play like they do or like they're doing today, Iowa cook. Purdue's awaiting the winner of Arizona, Kansas, which might be Arizona. And then Michigan, Bama plays the winner of Tennessee, Iowa State. Historically, Tennessee and Michigan mix like water and oil. The shit does not end well for Tennessee. Mm, hold on. So AI already said he was him. Hold on. Say Calipari not supposed to win a championship, so we know this. Oh, he already got his. And he damn sure not gonna win in Arkansas. He got all that money. He got all them endorsements and shit with Tyson and shit. Yeah, nah. He been got his. He been stamped. All that good stuff. Yeah, he straight. Cause he basically just went to a school that don't have the same high level of pressure that Kentucky does to perform and win. Because I mean, shit, nobody expects Arkansas to win it all, even with him as a head coach. Telling us they can they can manage to go to the championship and win. Honestly, if this was a Kentucky team that Cal was coaching, they was getting beat like this by Arizona. Oh, they would. Them Kentucky fans would have lost their fucking mind. They would have said that nigga need to be fired, all type of shit. St. John's Duke. You think Duke wipes the floor with them and blows them out by 20? I don't think so. I hope the hell not. They showing anything but college basketball commercials. Crazy. Or with a patina? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I was thinking Peyton got his own shoe. Are they paying that nigga to talk about some shoe? Look like a plain ass like Tom shoe. That ain't really a deal though. Talking about to buy one and get a 3-piece chicken combo. Nigga, that ain't no deal. So you got about well technically one free, but you got about one of them things just get sick. That ain't no fucking deal. Overrated at KFC food, nigga, please. All this shit gonna do is have you sitting on the toilet for 20 fucking minutes. I miss the time when they had like a big time like Cinderella story going to the tournament. because we ain't had that in a minute. I think Loyola Chicago might actually no. FAU might have been the closest one to that. Maybe San Diego State. FAU is probably the closest to that Cinderella shit. I miss those times. Like it's cool seeing the usual suspects and the blue bloods, but at least throw in there one. Just like one true Cinderella team in the mix. Like I gotta Google who this is. That most people gotta Google who this is. So I'm gonna be live streaming for the championship game. That is the plan. That is indeed the plan. 47-35, 7:35 left. Illinois up. Arizona going up 20, damn near over Arkansas. Huh. Did not know that. Yeah, so Page, one of Page's sons plays for Illinois. Okay. Hmm. So you think that Tyrese Halliburton injury game? So it was. It was. I mean, what are the odds of that shit happening in Game 7, the most important game of the season for the Pacers, and the fact that he wasn't the only one who had that injury and two other star players had it too? Absolutely. So I mean, there was a Twitter post before the game where they had a video of the finals championship bus or whatever, and it was for OKC. Like you saw it, and it was like, there you go. We know who gonna win that motherfucker. And I think it dropped the same day as Game 7, like that morning. And I don't know if he was here earlier when I said it, but that was one of the biggest downfalls of the NBA playoffs is the number of fake injuries they have and the lengths they go to just for gambling purposes. It's just so unnecessary. Like there's other ways to do this to where you're not having to see the fucking backup playing in a playoff game or a matchup that you was hyped to see for at least 6 games. Maybe say a KD versus Anthony Edwards 1-on-one type thing just for one of them to get injured and shit. Like they abuse it too much. NFL, you don't see that shit. It'll be a storyline, but they not finna do no crazy shit like that. They know better. Yeah, it was on Twitter. Go to my community tab. You might have to scroll for a minute, but I'll post it about it where they showed you see the blue OKC bus in the garage or whatever under the arena, and it's like NBA Finals on there and shit, Finals champion or something like that. But yeah, it was on the internet. You can probably Google it and find it. You can put like OKC championship bus game 7. It should pop up. These niggas just shooting up anything. Like this is atrocious. Like these three, these are some of the worst threes I've seen. Probably all tournament that used to just chucked up on this possession, last possession. Shit is horrible. Mm. Like Illinois can hit theirs. Houston, they not even hitting the fucking rim. The last one they shot, dude, airballed that bitch. Like at this point, I don't even want Houston to come back to make this a game. And they don't deserve to win this shit. This is pitiful. Flat out pitiful. 56-41, 3:58 left in the game. He's on the Broncos Bills game. It was the most rigged football game you've ever seen. The Bo Nix injury was scripted. It's a nightcap game. It's terrible. This is horrible. Also, another reason being Thursday versus say a Friday. Seeing the back of his jersey made me realize I've never paid attention to how Stojakovic is pronounced. I just go straight to Peja, Peja. Huh. He probably gonna make it to the league for obvious reasons. That last name, if not wherever Peja's from, I don't remember what European country. I'm sure he'll have a career there if he don't make it to the league. But yeah, this game, the won my patience, man. Holy shit. It was going good when this game was close, even though it was very low scoring. Nah, it didn't got that point. Now I'm like, shit. They need to go ahead, wrap this game up. Don't even bother fouling. Even though I know they're gonna do it, don't even worry about doing that shit. Just let them dribble out the clock. I do what the Brooklyn Nets do. Just fucking toss the team, toss the ball to the other team. Just do that. Fuck is she eating? No, hold on. What was that? I don't know what the fuck I just saw her eat. It was like one was brown, one was like a beige color. Mm, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Then they said it was on the. They said it was on the run or whatever. That's when he got hurt. His ankle popped or whatever the fuck they said. And you see him walking around and shit, totally fine. But then right after the game, be like, "Oh yeah, we announced he gonna be out for the rest of the playoffs and shit. Probably some games next season." Like, what? Like, who you fooling? But I'll say this: as bullshit as it was, they at least had the decency to let that nigga play the whole game before they even announced some fuck shit like this. And they didn't do it, say at halftime, and we gotta watch Jared send him sorry ass play in the second. Nah, even though it was some whole shit though that they put Jared Stidham in for that AFC Championship game, all for the sake of some bets. That's some fucking whole shit. But other than that, it's more like outlier shit compared to the NBA. Just wait till the NBA playoffs. They do the craziest shit you will ever see in basketball. Like college, you could take the most rigged, ridiculous play in college. It ain't gonna touch nothing that the NBA playoffs have. Like the NBA playoffs, shit. I still remember the one with Steph Curry. It was when the Warriors were playing the Lakers a few years ago. Steph Curry was like diving for a ball after a tip off or jump ball. This man tossed it over his head to nobody and let that bitch go out of bounds. To absolutely nobody. And this was back when they had Jordan Poole too, and they was both taking stupid deep threes and shit. But it was like, what the fuck? You can't even you can't make an excuse for this shit. Arizona up 89-72, 7:31 left in the game. Think all the NFL fanboys think the NFL is real. I'm gonna tell you this, man. There are not as I don't know if I'm just fortunate in who I run into and meet all the time, but it must be an internet thing. It really has to be an internet thing. Because when I go out and about and I talk to people about sports or anything, for one, most of these motherfuckers gamble off rip. Most dudes gamble. Shit, some women too. But anyway, most dudes gamble. The ones who gamble, they know there's some fuck shit going on. I don't really run into a lot of people like how I see people talk about they just meet or they talk to people, got friends or whatever that think the NFL real and shit. I don't know how y'all be running into these people. Where y'all be finding these people are that still think the NFL is 100% organic and shit like that. I really don't, because most people I have a conversation with about sports, if they bring it up, and we just talking on somebody say you see the Rockets game last night or something, somebody gonna say something, or it gets to a point in the conversation where somebody's like, I think or what they say, I think it's rigged. I low key be thinking it's rigged, and then they point out different examples. They done found themselves and shit, and I ain't even gotta say shit to them. It's just like I just give them a look, like you know, they end up figuring the shit out on their own during this whole process. Them questioning shit in that very moment, or they already know it and they like to bet on shit anyway, and it is what it is, and they just like to watch sports, which there's nothing wrong with that. But these people, I don't know who y'all be running into that be like that, and it just got to be some internet shit. Because that's the only place I see that shit with people like. There's no way that the NBA or more specifically the NFL, the NFL is rigged or whatever. There's 50 some players, get them all to stay quiet, blah blah blah. It got to be an internet thing. 100% got to be an internet thing. Like it got to be people that do not go outside and socialize with real people or some shit. Because there's just no fucking way. 11-point game. Illinois 223. Hmm. Oh, Houston touched it. Okay. And they got their own rebound. Yeah, just dribble out the clock. Go ahead and dribble that clock out. Y'all got 15 seconds on the shot clock. Dribble that motherfucker out. Don't even shoot shit. Just dribble out so you can end this game. Because Jesus Christ is pathetic. If you can bet on it, then the outcome can manipulate no matter the sport. Or weather. If you bet on weather on Kalshi. That was not an endorsement. Mm. Here comes some bullshit. That nigga made that three. Thank the magnet. Shit, they gonna review it. Oh yeah, see if it's. Oh, that nigga foot was on the line. Yeah, that's a two. That's a two. Game still over. That's a two. But yeah, if you can bet on outcomes, still can be manipulated no matter the sport. Absolutely. Saying if I was rigged, if the ref cheated the same side of the Super Bowl, yeah, that's the time a lot of people know some fuck shit going on. In the certain team that was in the Super Bowl too, not the Rams, but the Patriots. It's like, hmm. I think had it been the Chiefs that year and all that shit happened, it was the Chiefs and the Rams that in that moment, people wouldn't have looked at it as much as they did. But when you factor in the fact that Tom Brady, the Patriots, the stigma behind that, then you automatically gonna question the shit. But even this year, Tom Brady ain't even there on the team no more. People still look at it crazy about the path they got to go to the Super Bowl. That nigga was 4-14. That ain't really nothing to brag about. This really shouldn't even be a 9 point game. That man got some long straight backs. That's some shit you do not see. And he missed the free throw, little punk ass. Man got some long. Then he got serious hang time for real. I don't know if them dreads that he got turned, he braided his shit. Nah, those are cornrows for real. Shit. He got them Detroit drug dealer off Tubi movie cornrows. Oh yeah, we got ourselves a game. Just like that. 60-53, 127. Was it like a 17-2 run by Houston? Let's dribble out the clock, man. Don't even because they about to start fouling very soon. Ah, here we go. So you see, it was rigged when the Falcons lost to the Patriots. That was a big eye opener for a lot of people too. I'm sure there was some. I didn't hear the rumblings like it was for that Saints game though. That's the one that boy, the block was hot. The block was hot. Then I think NFL rig was trending on Twitter and shit at that point. And then of course before that, and before the Falcons game, you had Cam Newton not going for the fumble. That's another people look at crazy. It's like gambling and betting ruin everything. I mean, it's been around. I would say the over commercialization of it is what ruined shit. Because it was totally fine whenever it wasn't a commercial that was always thrown in your face or on the scoreboard, let's say FanDuel or DraftKings or on the court or on the little advertisement thing over there behind the announcer's table. It was fine then. But when they started doing all this shit and started getting legalized in all the states, that's when it really went to hell. Like same shit with college football. That's part of it, but NILs too that plays a role as well. At least for college, that's kind of ruin they shit. Okay, 9 point game, 57.9 left in that motherfucker. Do not foul. I don't care who you are. Do not foul. Missed one. It's funny. Every last one I'm trying to look to shoot a three. Every last one of them niggas on using was as soon as they got the ball, they was trying. They was like wanting to shoot that bitch for real. Like that's just a horrible shot attempt. Like this is probably the first time all tournament I've just been frustrated watching a team play for the entire game. Mm. God damn. Go ahead, just dribble that clock out, man. Stop fouling. Shit. That's a first. Huh. I've never seen a non-alcoholic beer advertised for a sporting event. That's really weird. Yeah, I don't really get pushback from people anymore. At least not in person. So it got to be an internet thing, man. That's like the notion that There's a lot of people that are not aware of just not even just sports, but just like all the messed up stuff that's going on in the world, or say politicians, celebrities, etc. On the internet, you got people that are blind to that shit. A lot of people blind to it on the internet. But when you talk to people in person, really even before this Epstein file shit kicked off, people was the shit was coming out. Like there was different things coming out. It was enough for people to put two and two together. I think the only time it gets a little or it becomes an issue is whenever it's somebody who's really into politics. They have a favorite politician or two or a political party. That's when it gets tough for them to see the whole play going on. Cause then it's like they start doing this finger pointing shit where it's like, oh no, it's the Democrats that do this, that, and the third, and party with Epstein and etc. But then they guy is fine and ain't part of that shit, or vice versa. They might be Democrat or whatever. It's all conservatives doing this, that, and the third. Trump doing this, but my guy ain't type shit. But most people are aware of it. Off his foot, Houston's foot. Get that ball to Illinois so they can dribble his goddamn clock out. Fuck the replay. Just give him the goddamn ball. This game over with. I don't care. 40.4, 7 point game. Largest comeback win on the Samson. 14 points, trailed by 18 tonight. It should have stayed at 18 too. Illinois ball. 28 seconds left on the shot clock. Damn, Arizona put up 100 ball on them. 104.79, 332. They took. They must have heard what I said. I said I want to see points, but they went over what I said. God damn, it. I said like 80 were cool. I didn't want to see 104, but all right, it's whatever. Yeah, we know about that. That's old news, bro. Like people knew about these pictures probably whenever the Epstein shit first kicked off, before there was even like this big hype about the list and all that stuff. People knew about Chris Tucker being in there and shit. I mean, you see, the man ain't really been out there in Hollywood or in a whole bunch of new movies and shit. I mean, he had like a stand up comedy special on Netflix. Was that around like 2017 or some shit? Maybe the Michael Jordan movie. And that's really about it. You don't see him in a whole bunch of places. You don't see this nigga doing skits online, on social media, which he would be great at it. You don't see none of that. That nigga been hanging low for a long time. Because right now the main one is Jay-Z they've been focusing on. Yeah, they just be shooting anything. But Jay-Z, that's the main one they've been looking at now. Because it kind of been shifting around. At one point it was Trump, and then you got the stuff going on overseas that people was focused on that and not Trump's name on the list, all that. So Jay-Z, he can't send niggas to war. He can't send niggas to war, so it ain't the same thing. And his ego gonna be his downfall because that nigga think he untouchable. And if you think Diddy's whole thing was, you see all these documentaries come out, wait till Jay-Z. Wait till Jay-Z get caught up. Just wait. I wouldn't be surprised if 50 Cent working on a documentary right now as we speak for Jay-Z, because you know his petty ass, and he been going back and forth with Jay-Z on Instagram for years. For over 10 years, for real. That just be the cherry on top. 25.2, 10-point game. Bro, they not even trying to make these shots. If you Thank you. Don't foul. Good shit. Finally in this fucking game. But dude, what the fuck? He strong shot the hell out of that shit. Whoever that was from Houston who shot that last three, bro, that was the most blatant brick I've seen in a long time. That's like a KD level brick. Like when Durant tried to miss a shot on purpose, that was like that, except Durant can hide the shit a little bit better. This nigga wasn't trying to hide shit. Mm. Well, down goes the Cougars, man. There will not be a rematch. Florida's out of it. H Town is out of it. It's over with, man. This shit over with. Arizona up 104 to 83. Arkansas 249 left in the game. That shit should be that. Current spread, Arizona minus 21 and a half. Wow. Mm. Baycuff got 27 for Arkansas. Still getting killed. I wonder if Bryce got any playing time in that bitch. Damn. He ain't even get in the game. They ain't even give a nigga some pity minutes. They play 8 niggas, bro. He ain't get no pity minutes. It's not too late, but damn, bro. How much they got to be up by for this man to see the court? How does? Yeah, that man is. He is kind of like what's? He just like his brother. He just like his brother. On a winning team, he ain't seeing the court. Like we need to have homeboy big. Coach, put them in the game, please. Put them in the game. Pull up Ime Udoka, just pull up to the game out of nowhere, just out the blue, just pop up. Be like, please put that motherfucker in the game. Damn, they got a lot of white dudes on their team. Holy shit. That's actually really weird to me. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's extremely fucking weird. Illinois and Iowa. Hmm. Said he redshirted. That ain't gonna do shit. He's still gonna be ass. It don't matter if he redshirted or not. Because he's still gonna be sorry as fuck anyway. Vegas made the call. That was abysmal, man. What she do this time? What did she do? Cause she stay embarrassing that nigga. And at some point they gonna get a divorce. The same way Tom Brady got a divorce at the end of his career. Same shit gonna happen with Steph. What did she do this time? Cause ain't no fucking way. I don't really know what more Aisha can do to embarrass Steph any further. I mean, everything's been done. Maybe not a cheating scandal. That's the only thing that ain't happened yet. And that's really the last thing that could happen, like with a teammate. It'd have to be like, hmm. What if it was Draymond Green? That would be some diabolical shit. That would be so diabolical. Part of me wants that to happen. But ooh, I saw the back end of that statement first. She was on the Obama's podcast. Oh, she said she wasn't into athletes. Mm. Mm. It's giving Travis Hunter vibes. Travis Hunter vibes when his wife was like, he wasn't my type, but then something changed. That bank account changed. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Sheesh. Mm-mm-mm. Bro, them jacked up threes. I don't know how many times I've seen that many at the college level, that many jacked up threes. And they were bricks too. That's what made it weird. It wasn't even like they was really just making them hoes. They was missing the bitches. Like as soon it was like they were playing hot potato with that motherfucker. Like every time they got it, just shoot that bitch up. No matter what, just shoot that bitch up. It's like playing with a little kid on 2K. You pass him the ball, it could be all five defenders in his face. He's still gonna shoot that shit. Said Dylan Brooks. But they all got the same story. They either don't know each other or they don't like each other, so they say. I mean, another thing too about it is a lot more business opportunities behind it too. Like you think about you put though, for example, with Aisha Curry, take away Steph Curry from Aisha Curry. Imagine them two never met. Aisha Curry was just whoever the fuck she was. Nobody would give a shit about Aisha Curry. It wouldn't be Aisha Curry, it'd just be Aisha. Nobody give a fuck about her. Plain and simple. Attach that last name and that big star player, different conversation. And then Steph Curry's perception would be a lot different too, assuming say he stayed single or something this whole time. Instead of he the family man and getting cucked by his wife and shit. Steph Curry would have been like a Derek Jeter motherfucker for real. I wouldn't even say Martha Stewart. I wouldn't even put Aisha in that category. Rachel Ray, probably. Didn't Rachel Ray like gain a shit ton of weight or something too? Because I remember Rachel Ray was kind of like, I wouldn't say necessarily skinny, but Rachel Ray done gained some weight. I know that much. Though I got one in the NBA championship, I'm leaning heavy San Antonio. Steph gives sneaky vibes. I mean, all these athletes, all star athletes do. All of them like the same shit you probably say about Steph Curry, the same shit you probably say about Patrick, or vice versa. Same thing you can say about Patrick Mahomes, same shit you can say about Steph Curry. In that regard, where they obviously been sleeping with other people outside marriage and shit like that, but they got to keep the image together that they a happy family and all this shit, and obviously they gonna stay because of that money on. So I'd be extremely surprised if there was actually a married athlete couple or whoever where that shit wasn't going on. I'm not on board with OKC. I don't think they're gonna win back to back. Especially if they run into the Spurs, bro. OKC is not winning that fucking series. I guarantee you that shit. And they gonna further go on this Wemby Chet Holmgren rivalry thing. So OKC gives bird vibes. Oh yeah, I saw one of the Jalen's, the dark skin one. During a post game interview, he was getting asked some questions, and Jared McCain. You could imagine where his hand was, but Jalen had to stop the interview and was like, "Hey, yo, bro, get your hand off my back." And then this nigga puts his painted nail, painted fingertip, whatever the fuck, hand around him. I'm just thinking, this really ain't making it better. Like my nigga, you got your shit look like it's bedazzled around your teammate after God knows where your hand was on the probably lower back for real. And then on top of that, you got Jalen Brunson. He got to deal with Sochan pinching his nipples and shit, and Josh Hart, using his thumb for things. Okay, see, losing the second round. I hope they get beat in the first round. I'm tired of SGA flopping ass. Like this is my only issue with OKC, besides like the little TikTok dance and shit. Which I mean, I just ignore TikTok. That's not an issue. But the flopping that SGA does, like there have been players in the past to flop. We know this, but SGA he be doing the most. Like he outflops LeBron, and that's very hard to do. Like this nigga, he could be wide open. You could be 10 feet away from him. SGA will find a way to land on the floor, no matter what. Shoot a regular jump shot, and he'll find a way to land on the floor and get a foul call, and you just staring at the nigga. It is the most annoying shit I've ever seen. Like, I don't wish nobody to injure nobody in basketball, but if you just like Zaza Pachulia, where his plant foot was, his landing space, I wouldn't be too mad. Or if you Giannis, played a little dirty on some European shit, I wouldn't be mad. I'm just saying. Would not be mad at all. If he was in street clothes for a whole series, would not be mad. I'm just saying. I ain't saying I want him to get hurt, but if he was in street clothes during the playoffs, I wouldn't be mad. So now the Houston Rockets don't know. It's the fucking Rockets, bro. Like it's any team Kevin Durant's been on post Warriors. You know how this shit goes. We know how it goes. I mean, I wouldn't lose sleep over some regular season shit, but you know how this shit gonna go. What are these people y'all be running into that be doing this shit? I don't know any regular straight people that paint their nails like in my everyday life. Where do y'all? This must be some big city shit. I don't know if y'all live in like liberal cities or like Atlanta or I don't know, but I don't be seeing this shit like that. Like on regular dudes, damn sure don't see this on black dudes or any black dudes that claim they straight. I don't see them niggas painting nails in my everyday life. If anything, they nails dirty as fuck. Quite frankly, they need to cut them bitches for real. They got them drug dealer nails. But no, they don't. I don't see them painting their nails like that. The only ones, what I'll say this, the ones I do see with painted nails, and it's usually just black, be like them white dudes that be into like what up rock or whatever the fuck they be on that type of shit. Those are the only ones I've seen do that, but I don't see them doing what them Them NBA players doing where the shit got designs and shit. Like McCain, yeah, I don't see that shit. Not one bit. Hell, even the gay dudes that be out, you don't see them with painted nails. Or at least not here. You don't see no fucking painted nails. So you live in Oregon. I guess the South different about that shit. I guess you can't be really outside with it like that in the South. Like you know it's accepted and all that to be gay and blah blah blah, but you can't be too gay. I guess is the best way to put it in the South, except in June. Thoughts on Cheetah Print Tatum? I mean, he the same old Tatum. That's how I look at it. I just think it's crazy. But yeah, y'all really just don't see shit like that. I see more people sagging their pants than I do dudes painting their nails. And to be honest, I say that shit worse. And I'm actually surprised niggas still do that shit. Like besides rappers and shit, like regular people, I thought that shit died out. I thought once everybody started wearing like fitted jeans, that shit kind of stopped. I guess not. Unless you go to like the hood or some trap place, they still got oversized jeans, and you know they're gonna sag. Like no question about it. With an oversized shirt too. You already know. And then on top of that, they probably doing some illegal shit. Just being honest. I ain't gonna tell nobody, but I know if I needed to get something, I know who to look for. And if he don't know, or if he don't have it, he gonna find somebody that do, and he definitely gonna know the person that do. But yeah, I say this though. Just listen to women describe the process of doing that shit is already like taxing enough for me that I couldn't even go through with that shit. Obviously, I wouldn't, but that's already enough in and of itself. I'm like, that sounds like a lot of work, and they be wearing that fake shit too. Most of them, they get what they call this shit, the presses, whatever, the shit that be glued on there. What's the reason for saying? Which one? Their reason or the real reason? Because the real reason that's some behind the bars shit, saying you receptive to getting dug out. But I guess outside that's more of like it was influenced by hip hop and shit like that back in the day, and unfortunately it stuck. And black people typically do it more than anybody else up within the certain age range. Like if you pushing really in your 20s, but especially if you like your 30s sagging still, bro. I'm a judge you because it's like what the fuck are we doing here, bro? Like and I know that shit ain't comfortable. If some shit popped off, you are ill prepared. You got to pull your pants up just to do anything. If you had to run from the police, guess who's gonna get their shit caught on the fence first and look like a dumbass? Yo ass. So and you probably gonna get caught with your ass out. So what's the point? If somebody snuck you in a fight, guess what? You still got to pull your pants up before you do anything else. Otherwise, your pants gonna fall down. It's gonna be even worse of an ass whooping. So you just gonna look like a fucking clown regardless. Said that nigga should retire. Bruh, just look at his face the whole game. Kelvin Sampson looks so stressed. He was so fed up from the jump, bro. That's why I say we don't need to drug test Kelvin Sampson, man. Nah, don't drug test him. Just take his blood pressure. That's all we need to do for him. Take his blood pressure, and that nigga need to hit some Zy and calm the fuck down. Cause I know that nigga was stressing today. Them players though, that were jacking up in threes, drug test every last one of them niggas. Every last one. Drug testing for everything. Fentanyl, cocaine, meth, heroin, weed. I mean, weed. You can get weed anywhere. Not that one. But like lean, it is Houston. Lean, drug testing for all that shit. Amphetamines, Adderall, Vyvanse, shrooms, LSD, the whole little white song. What is it? Oxycontin, Xanax bars, Percocets, and Lortab. All that shit. All that shit Lil White said. Drug testing for all that. But primarily cocaine. That's the main one. Drug test. Check their nostrils. Trim some of them nose hairs and see if there's some white residue left on them. We need to know. Cause something ain't adding up there. Cause they got this man stressing. I did not say that. Says the Houston players are from Tennessee. Hey man, Tennessee is a very weird place. Let me be honest with you. You go in between the main cities. It's a very weird place. So blow up the train. Oh shit, that's funny. Nigga said HTC in Vegas. Drug test them for nicotine too, just cause. Fuck it. Drug test their ass, man. Every last one of them niggas. Nicotine dip. Check they in the line of their gums if they dipping too. I don't know why. Check it and check the internet history. Really check that shit. But yeah, man, I'm finna go ahead and get up out of here. It's almost 1 a.m. Hit that like button, man. Comment, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Should be back this weekend for some more shit talking.